Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie, and I like to talk about and go to music festivals. So, today I would like to talk about Ultra Miami. And I know this news is coming from me like a week later from when it happened, but honestly, I was just so angry. And I am still very angry, but I know if I would have made a video right when it happened, it would have just been not a good look, and that's not how I want to portray myself ever as an angry person. So I decided just to take a little bit of time to where I can hopefully not be so angry and do a video. So, for those of you who are not aware, Ultra has been postponed until 2021. I'll say that again. It has been postponed until 2021, which means they are not doing an Ultra this year. Their plan is to just do it next year, which, okay, before I even say what I'm going to say, everything I'm going to say is my own opinion and my own thoughts, and it's not facts, and yeah, I don't want to get sued, and so, my opinions. That's canceling. That's canceling your festival. That's canceling your event. Yeah. They're not offering refunds. Instead, what they're offering, and let me bring up the email because I don't want to be misinformed. They're offering something better than refunds, apparently. Because people will just be so willing and trusting to go to their event now. Is no refunds, but your ticket will be valid for either Ultra Miami in 2021 or Ultra Miami in 2022. And they're giving them 30 days to make a decision. My problem with this is last year was miserable, and I was only there for one day. And I didn't even have to deal with figuring out how to try to get out. Like, I passed out and had to be ambulanced out. So I don't even know what it's like trying to leave that event. And it was miserable. Logistically, I could tell it was a nightmare. It was a nightmare on our end. So I know it was a nightmare on their end. There was at least a mile walk in between the two sides of the island. I don't know anyone willing to walk a mile one way and a mile the other way for music. And I don't mind. I am very pro switching stages, okay? I have no problem walking to a different stage. I have a problem walking a mile to get to a different stage. And the animal life and the water, that had to be terrible. It was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare. So, yeah, after that, after 2019, I was literally in shock to hear that they were even trying to get back into Bayfront. Because the city of Miami does not like Ultra. And I understand Ultra's want to keep it in Miami because of because of Miami Music Week, and people like to do both. People like to go to the pool parties and then the event, and then go to the after parties. It's like a whole thing. I mean, and that's why the city makes so much off of that week, is because it is a whole thing. I understand that they want to keep that together, but I was just shocked to hear that they were back in Bayfront. Then I started having a feeling back in November that the event might be canceled when it came out that they were still trying to negotiate contracts back in November. Back after tickets had already been on sale. Back after lineups has been revealed we're still trying to negotiate contracts. That's the first inclination I had that it might not happen. Remember, November is before any coronavirus, anywhere. And I had a feeling that it would be canceled. Then the coronavirus happened. And honestly, you have to remember, Ultra was the first one to cancel. I truly think that obviously some events would cancel regardless. People are being mandated by governors and stuff to cancel their events. So obviously events would have canceled either way. But they did not have the contracts to do the event until the end of February. Okay, you can look it up, it's public record. They did not have the contracts for this event to move forward until the end of February. Take that with what you will. So, back to what I was saying. You're giving people 30 days to decide that do they want to go to Ultra Miami next year or the year after that. My problem with that is, after the information I just said, how can you be sure that there even will be one next year? I don't think there will be one in Miami. I think you should move it to the Homestead Speedway. I'm pretty sure Homestead Speedway was willing to give them a 10-year contract. I, honestly, as someone who's done Ultra Miami twice, I wouldn't mind having, because there's not a lot of things out in Homestead, which is a good thing. Because they keep lowering decibels, keep doing all this stuff. Like, people can barely hear your event. It sucks. Move us to Homestead. Even if we have to live a little further away for the weekend, I'm okay with driving 45 minutes to get to Ultra. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with having a spot where I know we're going to be, where it's not quiet, where, I'm okay with that. Every year with going back and forth with this city, it is stressful for the people who want to buy tickets, and I'm sure it's stressful for them. So you can't guarantee that there is going to be an Ultra Miami, in my opinion. And you're giving people 30 days to decide. And the thing with Ultra is that when I went in 2018, I went all 3 days. I did not meet another person from the United States that whole weekend. I think I met one person from New York. So, you're having people who I assume are predominantly from out of the country choose within 30 days if they want to make another cross-country trip or attempt to try to make a cross-country trip. No refunds, just next year or the year after. That's all they're giving you. I have the email pulled up. Further in the email, it says this is how they're trying to make it seem worth it. This is their extraordinary package that they have to offer you for not giving you a refund and making you either sell your ticket to somebody else or pick another year to go. Is an extra Ultra hour, an exclusive main stage headline DJ performance at Ultra Miami for 2020 ticket purchasers 1 hour before the doors open to the public. So, you would have to get there at noon and is it just one DJ? Is it just one day they show up early and it's just one person playing for an hour and then you go into like the bottom tier acts that maybe not everybody knows or wants to necessarily be there for. So to me, that has zero value. One free ticket to either an ultra worldwide or resistant event of your choice, excluding Miami. Valid throughout 2021 for each 2020 ticket purchased. Subject to the terms and conditions in effect for that show. Limited quality and subject to availability. First come, first serve. Non-transferable. Pre-registration required. So, in the fine print, there's a lot of little things. You need to be pre-registered for your ultra ticket. I'm pretty sure that's what that means. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure that's what that means. Subject to availability, so it's not even guaranteed. Ultra Miami excluded. So either you are from the United States or from Miami. I'm from Florida. This would be my home state event, is Ultra Miami. It's my home event. So you're giving me a free ticket, which would require me to travel outside of the country. That means I would have to get a passport if I don't already have one. I would have to figure out how another country works, how their currency works, how their language works, how I would go into another country safely. I would have to buy a flight to another country. I would have to buy some sort of accommodation to another country. I would have to rely on another country's taxi services. I would have to do all of that in order to redeem this part of the extraordinary value. And for the ones who do live in like Japan, who come from Japan, I'm sure that's a great option for them. But it is not a good option for everybody. So let's go on to the next one. A discount code for 50% up to 200% in merchandise on ultramerchandise.com. Discount code expires December 21st, 2020. Codes not apply to taxes, shipping, handling, and service charges. So, you're giving people a code for merch that you can't sell at your event, right? And it doesn't even apply to anything after the initial charges. So to me, that also has a value of approximately $0. Then they say there will be 10 Ultra Golden tickets where each admits you plus one guest, free entrance to any worldwide events, including Miami, for life, subject to the terms and conditions for that show. Non-transferable, pre-registration required. So that is the only thing that I think is worth any value. And only 10 people get it. And if those people do not live in Miami, then in my opinion, or at least Florida, then in my opinion, there's no value. Because Ultra Miami is expensive even when you take out the Ultra Festival ticket. It's still $1,000 at least that you're spending on your hotel and transportation. Even if you live in Florida. Okay? Okay. So to me, this doesn't have a lot of value except for if those 10 people happen to live in Miami. Then they're golden, right? Then that is best case scenario. But then it says exclusive access to a $99.95 private sale upgrade to Premium GA, it's for Ultra Miami. Premium GA is a new ticket category at the festival, which will be available for ticket purchase for $599.95 during the 2021 event on sale. This includes access to these exclusive premium GA areas, premium expedited entry, upgraded restroom facilities, PGA lounge, chill-out area, and bar. Subject to terms and conditions in effect for that show, limited quality, and subject to availability. First come, first serve. So, if you bought a ticket for, I think even the lowest tier, first tier, lowest GA, after terms and fees, is like $400. It's a lot. I know their taxes and fees are like $100. Okay? So you can upgrade for $100 more to get a little bit faster in line, maybe air-conditioned toilets, so you can spend more money to get a little bit more of an upgrade. Okay. And then the last one, which I think is kind of almost the biggest ever, is exclusive access to buy up to 2 additional GA tickets for $250 during the 2021 Ultra, private on sale for each 2020 ticket purchased. Subject to terms and condition effect for that show, limited quality, and subject to availability. First come, first serve. So what they're saying is, you can buy a ticket for the 2020 event. You can request to go to the postponement of the 2020 event, which is just the Ultra 2021 installment. On top of that, if you want your friends to go with you, you might have the option to buy them tickets at a cheaper price. Might, because it's first come, first serve and subject to availability. And everything is first come, first serve, subject to availability, and spend more money. And they are not offering refunds. After all this, they cannot seem to grasp that maybe you have lost the trust of the people who love this event, who love Ultra Miami, who still went when we had no idea what was in store for us. We still bought your tickets, and we still went. And you let people walk over a bridge. And we still bought tickets to the next event. And you still screwed us over. And I understand with the coronavirus. I understand that. And I'm very well aware. And I'm actually happy events are getting postponed. Because this is clearly a serious situation. What I am not okay with is this scamming of people who are fed up with your shit and who are frankly tired of being run around. Put us in Homestead, put us in the Speedway, set up there, have no decibel limit, have no time limit, make it big, make it awesome. But don't keep telling me that we're going to be at Miami and we're going to be at Bayfront and they finally have accepted us. They haven't. If they don't want your money, don't give it to them. Because frankly, I'm tired, and I'm sure other people are tired, of giving you our money for this to keep happening. Offer people refunds. Let people who want to go to the Miami events partake in that. Let people who want to buy tickets for their friends partake in that. Let that be Ultra 2021. Let it be a makeup for those people who are genuinely screwed. But do something about your event. Because this is a problem for everybody. And if something if you know foaming runs, shame on you. Or I don't even know the sayings anymore. Honestly, they're a big company, and it should be foaming runs, shame on you. If I don't want to speak that kind of energy out in the air, but I highly doubt a 2021 Ultra Miami event will be happening in Miami. And honestly, I hope that there's not one, because I don't think it's fair for anybody, for the people who live there, for the people who pay to go to the event. I don't think it's fair for anyone. Move us to Homestead. It's in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure people will not mind. And that's all I have to say. This is a terrible situation, and they should have done way better. And I'm so disappointed in the whole entire company. Hopefully next video is more positive, more lighthearted. If you like talking about EDM and stuff, about EDM news, follow below, and hopefully next video I have some better news. Stay safe, you guys, and just try to keep your head up. The world's kind of crazy right now. Things will get better.